redwood forest to the Gulf Stream waters. This land was made for you and me.
Hello, welcome, and thank you for joining us for Klein Tours Trips and Tips. And today's program, I'm very excited to have two guests with us, and we're talking about two very popular and special destinations today. The first segment of our show is going to focus on Atlantic City, and the second part of our show is going to talk about Washington, D.C. And you can look at our destinations, all the many destinations that we have available at Klein Transportation on our website, kleintransportation.com. My name is Adele Klein, and I am co-owner of Klein Transportation, a local transportation company, along with my husband Wayne. So we're a family company, and I'm very excited to be with you today to share trips and tips. So today, let me introduce our first guest. We have Larry Sigg from Atlantic City. And Larry made a drive up here today to be with us and to share some very interesting information and tips about Atlantic City. Larry, tell me a little bit about what's going on in Atlantic City now.
Well, first of all, thanks, Adele, for having me today.
Sure.
There's so many great things happening in Atlantic City actually this summer. So much live entertainment going on. This is the first season that we have over 150 free concerts going on the boardwalk in Atlantic City, from all genres of music, from rock to country to jazz to blues. It's just going to be a great summer for entertainment in the city.
That's great. And that's something that we want to let you know, that Atlantic City is a resort area. So it's special every time of the year, in all seasons, and it's special for all ages. It's special for families, it's special for couples, young or old. So it sounds like entertainment is something that they're now offering. Now, is it free? Is the entertainment free? Or
all of the entertainment on the boardwalk is free.
Wow.
Absolutely. And you know, you say that about it being a resort destination, because something else that we're known for, of course, is our beaches and our boardwalk. And our beaches are completely free. There's no beach tags necessary in Atlantic City. So there's all things, and there's some concerts going on the beach this year as well. Like, for example, July 31st, Blake Shelton is doing a free concert on the beach in Atlantic City, and he'll be followed up directly after that on August 3rd with Lady Antebellum. So big names are coming in free beach concerts.
Oh, that sounds, and I imagine it's in the evening. What time are the concerts?
Yeah, they're in the evening. Anywhere range between 6 o'clock and 8 p.m. is when the concerts take place.
Okay.
You know, but there's so many others going on too. As a matter of fact, talking about the beaches, we're really pleased that this year the Travel Channel actually awarded us as the best beach in the world, according to Travel Channel. So that's a huge accolade for us to get.
Absolutely, yeah. And you have a nice boardwalk there too, alongside the beach.
We do. A lot of things going on the boardwalk this year as well. You know, starting with all the concerts that's taking place in July and August. We also have the Armed Forces Parade, which is coming up on August 11th, and that's going to be followed up by the Air Show, which takes place on August 13th. And I believe you have a trip actually going to Atlantic City for the Air Show. We get close to 800,000 people on the beaches for just that one-day Air Show. And we're really pleased that the Thunderbirds and the Golden Knights are back in the lineup this year, because as you know, last year the government sequestered most of the military acts, and the sequester has been lifted. So we're really happy that the Thunderbirds and Golden Knights are back.
Oh, yeah, it's exciting. I know it's a very popular tour for us, that Air Show, and that is in August 13th, I believe. 13th. Right? Yes. So you can find that tour online, and also you can always drive down. It's a very easily accessible destination from this area. That's what's so wonderful about the Tri-County area that we live in. We can day trip to these fun destinations. So I'm glad that Larry is sharing some of this information with you. And like I said, you can go online, kleintransportation.com, and view a lot about Atlantic City. We do have scheduled service to Atlantic City for Sunday and Monday and Wednesday and Thursday. So you can view that schedule online. And when you go down to Atlantic City on our motor coach, on those scheduled runs, you must be 21 years old, and you do receive a package given by the casino there. It's like $25 to $30 that they offer. And now you need to be a member. You have to get a membership card. And then you use that to receive your slot play from the casino, and they can keep track of your activity in the casino, and that way you're eligible for even more bonuses besides the bonus that you receive when you arrive by motor coach. So Atlantic City is a destination for individuals and also a destination for motor coach travelers. Of course, we hope you ride by motor coach because it's like our tagline said, half the fun is getting there, and it's a lot of fun and a lot less stress when you're driving and riding by motor coach and letting the driving up to the professional motor coach drivers.
Sure. Well, the motor coach industry is really an important market segment to Atlantic City. I mean, you know, back from the beginning of casinos and when resorts opened in 1978, I mean, they started bringing day buses into Atlantic City, and it was really the bread and butter of the city at that time. Of course, over the years, we've seen more casino gaming open up in other jurisdictions. Bus market dropped off a little bit, but the bus market is still so extremely important to the Atlantic City as a destination.
Well, we're happy to hear that. And we started out in 1982 going down to Atlantic City. And yes, I know that Resorts was the very first casino to open up. And in 1982, there was about a half a dozen casinos that were open at that time. And that really did help Klein Transportation to grow. Our business did grow over the interest in going down to the resort area. And it's still a thriving area. They have 11 casinos now. And it's just so fun to be able to just check out the architecture inside. Sure. Mm-hmm. I mean, and some of them actually have shows, right? They have like house shows inside the casino. Oh, they all have house shows.
Great shows.
Oh, yeah. Is the Legends in concert? Is that still
is
there?
Finished now. It's finished.
Oh, it finished.
Now.
Okay, I know. I did see that one.
Replaced by another new show.
Okay.
But again, outside the casinos and outside of the shows, there's so many other free things too for people to do in Atlantic City. Because one thing that a lot of people don't realize just how much there is to do free in the city. For example, something that we have coming in this year that I urge everyone to come down to is between June 19th and July 6th, we have the International World Cup of Sand Sculpting.
I love that. Oh my gosh.
We had it last year for the first time, and it's coming back.
Oh, that's great.
We had last year the national sand sculpting, and this year we're actually doing the World Cup. So there's going to be a number of sculptors doing sculptures.
Well, congratulations. That is awesome.
Beautiful. So we're very excited about that. You can also visit our website, which is atlanticcity.com, and see pictures of last year's sand sculptures and get more information on what's taking place this year.
Okay, now repeat the date on that when that is.
That is June 19th through July 6th. So that whole
that's
time
a good
period,
long time.
They'll be sculpting.
They'll be sculpting. Wow. You don't want to miss that, folks. That's going to really be fun.
It's a great time. Yeah. And then followed up directly after that, of course, is the 4th of July fireworks. And this year they are actually called We the People, By the People, For the People.
Oh, yeah.
So what we did this year is through social media, we actually allowed all of our fans to Atlantic City to choose the music that will be played along with the fireworks.
Oh, that'll be spectacular.
Like that. So
wonderful.
That's going to be great, too.
So it sounds like a lot of fun, free things to see and do while you're in Atlantic City. So they have a lot of great places to eat too. I love food and good cuisine and tell us a little bit about, is it the Jimmy Buffett's?
Resorts, actually.
Resorts,
okay. Last year we just opened, Jimmy Buffett came in and invested a lot of money into resorts and opened Margaritaville, 5 O'Clock Somewhere Bar, as well as the Landshark Bar and Grill, which is on the beach. Which brings me to many of our other beach bars, like the Bally's Bikini Beach Bar and Bar Anticipation at the Trump Plaza, Revel Beach. So there's some great beach bars and great spots to get something to eat and drink and watch the waves. I mean, what else could you ask for?
Right. Now, when you're saying beach bar, are these bars literally on the beach?
They're literally
They're literally on the beach.
They'll have live music.
That's special.
Every night. So it's very special. I mean, there's very few places that you can find that, especially in a gaming destination. Mm-hmm. There's very few, and that's one thing that we definitely have over a lot of the other gaming jurisdictions. Is where you're going to do it on the beach.
Right.
So.
Yeah, that's really a nice resort area. When you combine a water view, there's something about just being on the beach and relaxing with the water. And in this stress-free life that we have right now, anything that you can do to just kind of kick back and relax.
Right.
And that's why we like to encourage motor coach travel, because I think with all this information that you can absorb through the internet, and like you said, this is available through What was the website again?
DoAtlanticCity.com.
DoAtlanticCity.com. You can gather up all that information. And sometimes when you have all of that information, you just need to de-stress from that.
Right,
And
right.
that's where motor coach travel is very convenient and fun, because you just get on board. You don't have to worry about parking. You can sit back and relax and just let the driving to the professionals. It sounds like Do Atlantic City would be great for groups too. So
Absolutely.
yeah,
It's a great
any
group
of
destination. We do
right.
a lot of groups, especially motor coach groups. I mean, we do a ton of overnight motor group in Atlantic City. And for people that want to come down and relax, and then there's those people that also want to kind of get their workout in the morning or something, so you can either go take a stroll on the boardwalk or a bike ride on the boardwalk. Or this year also we had the AC Beachbody Boot Camp, which actually has Zumba on the beach and other activities in the morning to sort of get your day started and get your heart racing, and so that's a great thing as well.
Wow. And is that on the website
It's on the
too,
website
to do
as
the
well.
Zumba?
All the information at all of our parks are on there. And then something else that we do nightly is we have a 3D light show. Right now we're showing a movie called Duality, which is actually a film. It takes 12 projectors. It's shot 3D on the building of Boardwalk Hall, which is the concert arena in the center of Atlantic City. So I urge you also to go on our website. There's actually a short video of the 3D light show, and there's also several videos. We change them out 4 times a year on YouTube as well. You can see the videos. So it's something that's not to be missed when you come down.
Oh gosh, yeah, Boardwalk Hall, that's a very popular destination. And I know there's a lot of history that goes to Atlantic City.
Oh, sure.
You know, the Steel Pier.
Steel Pier.
And there's pictures. If you go into some of the casinos, I don't know which one, all the casinos are so great down there. And they have the architecture, they have photographs hanging up that you can just kind of get lost in going back memory lane and viewing all these interesting things that Atlantic City was all about years ago, and still is thriving in a wonderful way, as Larry is explaining to us.
Well, there's such a great melding of the historical part of Atlantic City and the new Atlantic City. Like, for example, the Steel Pier. Some of the historical things remain on Steel Pier, but they're getting ready, or they're in the process right now doing a multi-million-dollar renovation. They're going to be constructing what's called an observation wheel. I don't know if you're familiar with the one that's in London. It's called the London Eye. It's 150 feet in the air, and they're actually gondolas that you can get in. It's a 20-minute ride around the, it's a Ferris wheel looking machine, but it takes 20 minutes to go around. So you can do parties on there, and it's going to be quite spectacular when it's done.
Wow, and this is they're going to do this?
On Steel Pier.
Wow.
There now. And, and water sports. I mean, Atlantic City is a great place for water sports, from parasailing to boating and dolphin watching cruises out of the Gardeners Basin area is great too. But one of the historical significances of Atlantic City, I'm going to go to the Miss America pageant, because we're so excited to have the Miss America pageant back in Atlantic City. It was on a 8-year hiatus from Atlantic City, and it came home last year, and we're very glad to have her home. We actually have just unveiled a bronze statue to Miss America on the boardwalk at Kennedy Plaza.
I did see that. I thought that was, I thought it's beautifully done.
We're looking forward to Miss America coming back. The pageant will take place on September 14th. This year.
Okay.
So it'll be a week long of events leading up to the crowning of Miss America 2015. So we're really excited about it.
Well, I know that we have a tour scheduled to go down there to see the Miss America pageant, and it's extremely popular.
Get your reservation now.
Yeah, get your reservation now. And we have VIP seats. There's VIP seating where it's going to be televised in that area. That's where our seating is, so you don't want to miss out on that. And the parade is where the girls, they have a tradition, show us your shoes, and it's a lot of fun and exciting, and we're happy that it's back too. And actually, our motor coaches are going to be carrying the Miss America contestants. Ashley Hoke, who you will be meeting in our next segment, has gotten that arranged for us, so we're very proud and excited about that. And of course, our drivers are looking forward to meeting the contestants and having them on board our coach. And you can see on our flyer that we have online available at KleinTransportation.com, because you can reserve for the Miss America Parade right online. You'll see that our our bus picture is one line there with the girls. So
Well,
thank
with
you.
Miss America taking place in Boardwalk Hall, just real quickly, Boardwalk Hall also houses the largest pipe organ in the world. So we are now
Wow.
doing daily concerts and tours of that organ. So at noon every day, Monday through Friday. So
Now, is that free or
completely free?
free? Wow, great.
Do
Thank you
AC
so
free.
much.
That's what I
Thank you.
say.
Do AC free. Hey. back. I'm sure you enjoyed our first segment, which was on Atlantic City, and now I'm just as excited to talk about Washington, D.C., and it's a great destination, and I have with me today Ashley Hoke. She is our Sales and Marketing Coordinator at Kleins, and we have a wonderful time talking together in the office. We talk about many destinations and how fun motor coach traveling is, and I consider her like my work daughter because we just share so much time together, and it's interesting and fun, and we know that you're going to enjoy learning the tips that we have to share with you about Washington, D.C. First of all, I'd like to tell you that talking about our picture behind us here, this is the National Archives building, and when I went to Washington, D.C. myself personally, I went into that building and I viewed the Declaration of Independence, and they have the United States Constitution, the Bill of Rights, and a billion other documents that are important that they store there. And I just got the goosebumps over looking at that actual document. I know when you learn in history class, probably back in 3rd and 4th grade or whatever, and you see photos of it in your history books, it's just not the same as seeing that actual document there in front of your eyes. It's just an awesome experience. So you don't want to miss going to Washington, D.C. And like I said, because we live in this area, in the Pottstown local community, you can day trip to these areas. Of course, it's fun to sleep overnight as well, to go to Washington, D.C., because it's certainly more than a one-day destination. There's so many popular and fun things to do. But the Smithsonian Institute is free of charge, and they have all these wonderful buildings to see, and it's actually a destination for all seasons. So join us. We go the second Saturday of every month, and it's a very reasonably priced at $55, and you can reserve online at kleintransportation.com. You can find this, and actually I'm going to hold up one of our itineraries here. This is the itinerary that you can actually see when you go online. You can click View Itinerary, and then it shows you all of the things that can be seen in Washington, D.C. It tells you about the museums, the tours, shopping that you can do, cruises, and I would encourage you to go online and look up this itinerary for Washington, D.C., because you will find interesting telephone numbers. If you don't have access to the internet, call us and we'll mail you this, because there's websites and there's telephone numbers. And what you need is this map if you're going to go. Of course, we want you to get to Washington, D.C., because we know it's a fun destination and an interesting destination. And we'd like you to go by motor coach, but if you're going to drive in your car, you need this sightseeing map. So, like I said, either go online and get the information to receive this map, or call our office and we'll be sure to get this for you. And inside you'll see that the area is divided up into 4 quadrants. So the reason why I'm encouraging you to go by motor coach is because it's a little confusing to navigate around Washington, D.C. New York City, not so hard because you have your avenues and your streets, but in Washington, D.C., it's very difficult to navigate around. So, choose motor coach, if you will, and you'll be glad that you did. Ashley is going to tell us about the museum and also the Spy Museum. Now, there is a charge for those museums, but she was recently there and had an awesome experience.
I did. These probably are 2 of my favorite museums in Washington, D.C. They're very minimal charges. I believe the max is $25 per person. It ranges from $17 to $25. My first favorite place is the International Spy Museum. And if you love spies, espionage, anything that has to do with James Bond, you need to check this place out. There is a whole James Bond exhibit that has everything from every single James Bond movie, all the villains, secret things to try and defeat James Bond, which never work. They also have a school for spies, which is shows you gadgets, spy gadgets throughout the years and how they've evolved. And it also goes into what we use for modern spy technology as well. So it's really interesting and it's so much fun.
That does sound like fun.
The other place is the Newseum, which is it's everything about news that you'll ever want to know, from the beginning of when news started up until current. They have this beautiful 9/11 memorial that has covers from every single newspaper throughout the country on 9/11. There's interactive, you can sit at a desk, a news anchor desk, and you can actually do a news broadcast while you're there. And the one thing that I definitely recommend seeing is there's the Hank Greenspun Terrace. Has a beautiful view. You can see from the Capitol all the way down to the Washington Monument, and it's just amazing.
Wow, wonderful. So come on, let's go to Washington, D.C.
The International Spy Museum is the only museum open to the public in the United States that's dedicated to the question of espionage. We're in downtown Washington, D.C., and it's very convenient. We're only half a block away from the Gallery Place Metro.
The obvious choice was Washington, D.C. This is where the spies are. There are more spies here than any other city in the country. The International Spy Museum is not just about artifacts. There are a number of interactives all the way through the museum.
Really popular is one of our experiential exhibits called Operation Spy, and it's an interactive exhibit and experience where you can take on the role of a CIA case officer running a mission in a fictional country, very sort of Central Asian-like. Children find particularly interesting. We've got an air duct here that they can crawl through to spy down on people visiting the museum.
My favorite exhibit is the Enigma cipher. It was an encrypted message, and the cipher will help them de-scramble it.
It's fun, it's exciting, it's more than just a museum, it's an experience.
Our newest gallery is right in the forefront of what's going on in the world today. We have an amazing gift shop. We have the best collection of books on terrorism, intelligence, history of intelligence in the city.
There are other espionage museums in the United States and around the world, but you have to work for intelligence agencies or know somebody special to get into. And normally people don't get to see. You can see them here.